In this episode of Saving Sauer Castle, we take a look into the tower restoration, the installation of the roof, the masonry and fascia work, as well as a few surprises found inside its walls.
Sauer
This could
Castle.
be good news, Lauren.
Would you pay $10 million for a
Construct the
fixer-upper?
castle tower.
And that's all we want to see.
Bricks on the side have now completely collapsed.
It's going to fall to pieces.
It needs a lot of work, and a crew has been on property.
The first priority for the new owners was to secure the exterior of the property before tackling any large interior projects. Before the new roof could be installed, the reconstruction of the final section of the main roof, which is flat, had to be completed. The area of the flat roof was removed when weather permitted and was covered with a waterproof membrane until the construction of the new slate roof could be completed. Inside Sauer Castle, some surprises have been revealed. The main staircase leads through the house and ends on the third floor. When removing plaster from the walls near the staircase landing from the first to the second floor, workers were surprised to see a walled-over, old doorway next to the stairs. It's likely that the original plans drawn by Asa B.B. Cross weren't exactly followed, because this bricked-over doorway abuts the staircase itself. Architects believe this indicates that major changes in the interior design were made while the house was being built. Another clue of these changes also appears with the large window by the staircase. From the first floor entryway, only a portion of the window is visible. The top of the window is blocked by the staircase and can be seen on the landing above. This too could indicate the changes that were made as the home was being built in the early 1870s. Most of the interior ceilings aren't salvageable due to years of water damage and neglect. All of these ceilings and plaster will continue to be removed and carefully reconstructed. Some portions of the ceiling, including the foyer, had beautiful plasterwork. The original profiles of these details have been carefully cataloged so the original patterns can be matched when the interior work begins. Removing the old plaster and ceilings is important because it helps to understand the structure and see what needs to be completed in order to add future mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems. Structural issues have been found, so temporary framing supports have been added to stabilize the over 150-year-old home. Throughout the winter months, progress continued on the exterior masonry, roofing, and fascia. In order to recreate the corbels and window headers, expert craftsmen at Pishney's shop built over 100 new corbels in several different sizes. Old corbels were used as templates for the new ones. Although not the cheapest option, the corbels were made of solid mahogany wood. The goal was to ensure that the materials chosen would last for generations. As these corbels were completed, several new corbels were glued together to create the final corbel. The main concern of the public has always been the beautiful tower that needed so much work. When Sauer Castle was purchased, this was also the main concern of the new owners. There were holes in the brick on the west side of the tower, which went all the way into the interior, and hundreds of bricks had already fallen to the ground. Completing the restoration of the tower had to be done in stages. By April, workers completed the tower masonry. In order to install the new cast stone windows, masons had to make extensive repairs to the interior. After all of these repairs were made, masons were ready to install the new cast stone. Carpenters installed new outlookers, the gutter structure, and fascia on the tower. Then they added the new crown molding custom cut from mahogany. The exterior woodwork needed to be painted, and it was a priority that the color selected was as close to the original as possible. Angie Gabler from Strata Architecture chose different paint colors and sampled them on boards before the final selection was made. By May, all that hard work on the tower was starting to come together. Paint colors had been selected, and craftsmen installed the eaves and corbels on the exterior, painting them by hand as they were installed. The completed eaves and fascia likely stunned many Sauer Castle enthusiasts who only remember rotted wood and no painted elements on the tower. As these pieces were installed, it was the first time in many decades that these precious details came back to life. The new tower roof and guttering was then complete, and new custom windows from Review Historical Windows in North Kansas City arrived. Some of these windows are over 10 feet tall, and other than having double paned glass, they are an exact replica of the original windows. Each window opening had to be prepped both on the exterior and the interior. The surrounding brick had to be stabilized and tuck pointed, along with installation of new cast stone sills and headers. In June, a major achievement was reached. The tower finally got her crown back. The team at Caw Roofing and Sheet Metal worked tirelessly to get the original details of the iron just right. Finally, in July, the scaffolding was removed from the tower and spectators could get a good view of the incredible work completed. The tower finally has all of her original details intact, and the small details, once erased, are back, and they are breathtaking. The west side of the tower no longer has missing brick and rotting wood. It is no longer open to the elements. The copper work and metal railing along the top of the tower are back. She is, at last, airtight and safe for generations to come. The interior of the tower was cleaned up and brickwork carefully tuck pointed before the windows were installed. On the exterior of these windows, setting the new cast stone window headers required a chain hoist to put them into place. The end product of Sauer Castle's tower was worth the wait. It looks beautiful for the first time in years. As old pieces of wood, sandstone, and brick has been removed, the pieces have been used to cast into the new pieces crafted today. A large outdoor space has been covered over so that these pieces can be cataloged and someday can be given to people who want a small piece of the original structure. When Sauer Castle was built, 3 porches surrounded her, and the only one remaining when the home was purchased was the east porch. It has been removed, and all details were cataloged so that it, too, can be rebuilt to its original 19th century glory. The completion of the tower and the roofing has been a major milestone in Saving Sauer Castle. The work will continue, with every detail considered, over the coming months. The grounds have been cleared of overgrown brush in order to ensure that the castle is clear of any limbs and allows for better visibility of the structure. It's taken a village of qualified craftsmen to get this far, and the progress can be seen by those devoted to saving Sauer Castle. The fall season is sure to see more progress, including more cast stone pieces, the outer brick reconstructed, and new scaffolding erected so that carpenters can remove more of the corbels, fascia, and exterior trim that was blocked by the old scaffolding. Progress may seem slow, but in order to save Sauer Castle for centuries to come, no detail has been overlooked. And the work continues.
Take me back to old Yazoo. Everything up here is new. I can't stand it, just must land it. Going back to old Yazoo. Everything you do, people got their eyes on you. It's compelling, yeah, me yelling. Going back to old Yazoo. If you don't like beans and rice, get your rice and beans. If you don't like greens and ham,